person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he dey hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street, they hawk. Still them talk, say, make we no talk. But thank God, say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun the command of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀, làmọ̀ dódódódó. Mayegun diary,
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you're watching from. This is Mayegun live.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun diary, lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary.
Thank you so much for joining me once again. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends. And it is going to be an interesting night, as always. But before we start, share this broadcast. Invite them, like the broadcast, read the caption and the description as well. Then you can sit back and start your regular comment storm. Please share.
Diary political. Godfatherism. Kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun diary. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o, kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu. Mayegun diary. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ dódódódó. Mayegun diary.
Thank you.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Mama Shukudi.
Tó bá ti fún mi má wọlé èmi ń jókì ní o mo tẹ́tẹ́ ní ìbò kankan o ẹ lọ béèrè lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn ìbò mi lóṣòdì pátá kẹ lọ wádìí níbẹ̀ wọ́n máa sọ fún yín pé mi ò tẹ́tẹ́ èèyàn kankan ìgbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ta ṣe tán yẹn gan ẹ ti understand ṣe gbogbo èèyàn pàtẹ lóṣòdì ẹ lọ béèrè ṣóyè yín sí ẹ má kàǹtì ọ̀rọ̀ mi ọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀ báyìí ẹ gbé gbogbo yìí tó kù díẹ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rọra short lẹ́dẹ̀ gbé sáyé pọ̀tọ́ lọ́wọ́ máa ṣọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ ẹni àfojúfẹ́ ni má fọkànfẹ́ ni thank you ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ẹ jáde ẹ̀yin fòtì fún wa.
Shut up, Mayegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá.
In less than 10 hours, if you are watching this video as a replay, majority of what we are going to talk about in this video, they must have possibly happened or they must be happening if you are watching a replay later. But to every one of you joining me live tonight, you can call this broadcast the eve of the evil day. Tomorrow is going to be very loud. And for the first time, APC, Egbekegbe, Tifnumbu dynasty, criminal dynasty, are feeling rattled for the first time in a long time. And they are ready for anything. From all of the polls, Sanwoolu is going to lose the election. But he has just one thing left, which doesn't seem to be working anyway, but one thing left. Rigging. That is the only way Sanwoolu is going to escape the hammer that is about to fall on the entire establishment in Lagos. And I'm not joking about this. And you don't have to believe it, because you know why? Even those who are Lagos Abobakus themselves, Oshogbo Alimajiris, And then the rest of all those narcissistic, there's a name they give to them, you know, those cold-hearted criminals who wanted to hide behind Yoruba to push their tribal madness. It's not working. A lot of them who really want to save Lagos, they are not from Lagos. Majority of them have already succumbed to the slavery they are subjected to across Yoruba land themselves, but they wish they could go to that Lagos, but they can't. So the only thing left for APC, Egbekegbe, is rigging. And I think rigging it is going to be. But when you speak to the obedient, they are now making provision for their own security now. Yeah, they are getting ready. They want to give all of the Lagos APC thugs, they want to actually serve them in their own, with their own poison too. As in they say, right? As they used to say, I mean, they are saying that nobody get monopoly of violence. So, as you think, say you are mad. When somebody run from you, you go to say that your madness is the top madness. But sometimes, when you meet madness with madness, one go bend. And you know those ones, they said, they stood the tear gas of police and SARS, shooting and everything. So now these thugs we are going to have to run away from because of them, especially because of MC Oluomo, that threat. Now they are making provision for their own security now. And less than 12 hours after MC Oluomo was talking that rubbish, making that empty threat, right? When they spoke, I told you, fear them. If you look at those criminals running Nigeria, now them have a lot to lose. You see all these obedient, according to them, they've already lost everything except their lives. And until they lose their lives, all of you will get something who stole from them one way or the other. Do you understand? The almighty MC Oluomo, they have to go and look for Iya Shukudi to come and say, no, because you know what they have done, the obedient. They have published the pictures of all of the top agberos in Lagos and the areas they control. Their names, their images, their face, what they look like, the areas they control, and who is controlling each squad that they are going to unleash on you tomorrow. The obedient have already uncovered their faces. They are people you know. But ordinarily, you won't think all this Gen Z. They know them too. But you know something? Most of the top agbero in Lagos, they've sent their wives, their families. So many of them with their families they are not in Nigeria. They live abroad. London, Canada, America, all these places, courtesy of Lagos state government. Do you understand? So these obedient are now they are now like uncovering all of their family members, their phone numbers, their agberos in Lagos, their images, their description, how deadly this one is. The other one, those ones that uses guns, those ones that uses other weapons. They have profiled all of the agberos in Lagos, including MC Oluomo. So you know what that means is that number one, when the whole thing comes down, majority of them, they will not go to jail in Nigeria, except if they just remain in Nigeria. And guess what? They can't really remain in Nigeria. Now, when you don't get money, if you don't get money, as these criminals have made you know, right? That is when Nigeria is a lovely, this country is a very amazing country. No. The agberos that are killing people in Lagos, killing people all over the place, right? Extorting people. They love good life too. They exported their families outside Nigeria. MC Oluomo's family lives in America. People know them very well. His son is very popular on social media. So what they are doing right now is to profile them with the crime they are going to commit. When people die, maybe they can rig Sanwoolu and all of that. But let's see how they are going to also remain the same. Now, as the thing can't hit, they force the richest Agbero in the world, the richest, the number one billionaire Agbero, political thug in the whole world, not even in Nigeria, is the richest. MC Oluomo, obedient. They forced him to retract all the nonsense he said. But for just to refresh your memory, okay, this was MC Oluomo speaking at a supposed meeting, whatever. I will interpret this part one. He said to them that, listen, two Yoruba, in fact, 3 Yoruba sons, 3 Lagosians, Yoruba sons, are contesting to be governor of Lagos. APC, Egbekegbe, now tagged one, Igbo, just to gaslight the Igbos and blackmail the Yorubas in that same Lagos. It backfired the first time. Now they are going again. Now, going again, they are even going more dark. Let me tell you. You have heard about the MC Oluomo video. You have watched that on Mayegun's Diary Political. You didn't see everything. I'll play you the rest of the video. Okay? Tonight. MC Oluomo was telling the people he was speaking to there that if they fail to use everything to bring Sanwoolu back, the Igbos are going to take over Lagos. They are going to take over all the lands. They are going to remove all the kings. If your children go to school and they fight with any Igbo child in school, and the Igbo child slap your own child, Yoruba son, that if you go back, if you go to go and fight them, the Igbos will take you and they will hit you. They will use your children for money rituals. That's what MC was telling people before he found his Iyashukudi, inciting people, the most darkest, horrible incitement I have seen or heard. Sorry about the blinking, okay, all the fluctuating what have you. So I'll fix that. Give me a sec. Let's start with this. You know, emphasis on Igbo, kilo de. And it's not the first time, but I'm coming. Let's conclude this statement of his. That you go to the market and the Igbos will slap the, they will slap the bum of the girls. Now you want them to be governor. When they become governor, they will cut off your head for money ritual. That's what he said there. He didn't stop there. He continued. I think this one is even better because it's a little bit subtitled.
Yorùbá wa kàmá tètè dìbẹ́ láàárọ̀ kí ògo Yorùbá wa kọ́kọ́ ṣe kí ni àkọ́kọ́ dìbò tán. Tàbá wá dìbò tán, káàmà òwòrán yìí pé a ti bẹ̀yìn. Ẹ sọ pé ẹ ti gbọ́. Tẹ́lá ti ṣe mistake. Ó má ti yé yín. Tẹ̀sí ní pé mistake ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Tọ́lá kẹ̀kẹ́ ilẹ̀ nídìí lọ́wọ́. Ó ti yé yín. lọ bá wọn pé ìyá Ṣùkùtì, please, if you no wan vote for us, please sit down for Oluomo. Ó ti yé yín, sit down for Oluomo. Àtọ́mọ nílé kìíní ẹ̀rọ thank you very much. Ẹgbẹ́ ìdè kálọ̀ ṣe kí ni kálọ̀ ìdìbò kò sí sẹ́gun pẹ̀fọ́ ìsìn ìjọba kò ṣèkà.
If you know you are not going to vote for us, stay at home, sit at home, okay? But if you are going to vote for us, you can come out. Do you want to know what that means in context? I'll show you. The Gbadebo's campaign, which they continue to repeat as Igbo is deliberate, okay? They did the same thing to Jimmy Agbaje. Jimmy Agbaje, same Jimmy Agbaje. Omo. They call Jimmy Agbaje Chukwuemeka. They said Jimmy Chukwuemeka Agbaje Shinyeri. They printed flyers, they printed their banners, they spread them everywhere in Lagos. 2015, 2019. Jimmy Agbaje, they said Jimmy Agbaje was Igbo. And they said anybody that touches him is enemy of Yoruba land. They went after the Igbos. The same is Agu that Tifnubu will put on, Bokwari will put on, and this Olori Burukus will share. The same is Agu, they saw it on the neck of on the body of Jimmy Agbaje. They say, look at him, he's Chukwuemeka Shinyeri. So when this Gbadebo, who happened to be from Lagos, his father, full-blooded, his mother from Igbo land, adding Chinedu to his name, they just went shoko, mad. And MC Oluomo was talking to these guys. They can't even wait till tomorrow. This happened in Ekpe.
Oh yeah, jáde. Ẹ máa lọ. Lọ fún. Lọ fún yóò. Adébáṣe. Ẹ má jà sẹ́jẹ̀ fún yóò. Adébáṣe. Ẹ bọ́ta. Sílẹ̀. Oh yeah, move.
So they didn't want any other opposition to campaign or talk to people and the rest. So that is their structure. They are supposed to have their own voters card to go out there and do that. I mean, they have the number. They have been ruling the state for so long, Abby. But no, they don't even want to try that. Violence and all that is what you will see tomorrow. And they are already declaring Oro everywhere. Lagos, everywhere now, all those political Oba, they are now declaring Oro ritual to appease the gods, whatever, just to further scare people. Don't be surprised if you get to your polling unit tomorrow and you find some Ebo Kankatin Kagulaya or some spiritual, whatever they will put there. All of them are these guys, so anybody will get there first, clear them out. Some people say that you should have something to bond them. If you can bond them, they are nothing, absolute nothing. Trust me, they are nothing. Anyway, I told you, even the The richest agbero in the world, the richest thug, political thug in Nigeria and the world, MC Oluomo. He took about Alobiweri because it's going to be beyond elections, Baba. It's going to be beyond elections. Then they gather data on him. They are gathering everything on everybody as we speak. Hello. If you say you are mad, just be careful. Make sure you have nothing to lose when you are meeting with those with this obedience. The richest agbero, Biyala Yaeda. He had to go and call Yashukudi. Come, Yashukudi, let's do a video. Want to battle me, jail? They want to destroy me, I beg, Yashukudi, watch this.
Good afternoon, all my brothers and sisters. Orokomi na Alhaji Musila Idakisoye.
Abi were lele yini tani brother and sister. Hey, sorry, I picked on something. Let's go back to it.
Come and I go vote for you. But when my daughter come bring and say, "Mommy, see for social media," I surprised though. I surprised. But thank God say na small thing dey make person celebrity. Thank God say me sef I don become celebrity o. My people, una ndewo. Igbo mụrụ nze mụọ ọzọ ekele m. Igbo mụrụ nze mụọ ọzọ asị m ya dere nnọọ. Onye chiri nke ochi ya derela ya mma. Ana m asị ọkwa mbụ Mama Chukwudi MC na-ekwu okwu ya o. Ọ na-ego m ahịa from time to time. Ọ na-ego m indomi. Ọ na-ego m ihe ndị ọzọ dị iche iche. Otego si na-ego m ahịa. Ọ na-ego m ahịa otego. Otu nwa nwaanyị bịara sị m na mọmi na o wepụrụ ihe ahụrụ na soshal midia. Mbezie ka m bịa hụ na ihe ọ gwara m bụ ihe ọzọ. Ihe m fụrụ na soshal midia ọ bụrụ ihe ọzọ. Biko ụmụnne m na ụmụnna m ọwụkwa otu ahụ ka ọ dị ọmụnwa ka ọ na-agwa. Ndewo unu eweli iwe. Ọwụkwa otu ahụ ka MC shiri n'ime ya.
Please ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, màmá tí mo dárúkọ ní mítìn pé Yashukudi tó bá ti fún mi má wọlé. Èmi ń jókì ní o. Mo tẹ́tẹ́ ní ìbò kankan o. Ẹ lọ bèrè lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn Ìgbò mi lóṣòdì pátá. Kẹ lọ wádìí níbẹ̀. Wọ́n máa sọ fún yín pé mi ò tẹ́tẹ́ èèyàn kankan. Ìgbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ta ṣe tán yẹn gan, ẹ ti understand ṣe gbogbo èèyàn pàtẹ lóṣòdì ẹ lọ bèrè. Ṣóyè yín sí ẹ má kàǹtì ọ̀rọ̀ mi ọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀ báyìí ẹ gbé gbogbo yìí tó kù díẹ̀ lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ rọra short lẹ́dẹ̀ gbé sáyé pọ̀tọ́ lọ́wọ́ máa ṣọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ ẹni àfojúfẹ́ ni má fọkàn fẹ́ ni thank you. Good afternoon.
Kò ṣèjà kò ṣe wàhálà kí la fẹ́ fi tún ṣe ìfèsì wa a lè máa dúró síbẹ̀ Yorùbá wa kò má ṣètò ìdíbẹ̀ láàárọ̀ kí òkú Yorùbá wa kọ́kọ́ ṣe kí ni àkọ́kọ́ dìbò tán. Tàwọn wá dìbò tán káàmù àwòrán yìí pé a ti bẹ̀yìn ẹ sọ pé ẹ ti gbọ́ tẹ́lá ti ṣe mistake ó má ti yé yín tẹ̀sí ní pé mistake ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́dọ̀ tẹ̀pẹ́ ilẹ̀ nídìí lọ́wọ́ ẹ ti yé yín.
I want to ask you one question. Are you playing? Abi, you mean it? Jengbo comment section.
So I decided to bring the two clips together. And for those of you who know what dog whistle is and what they are already doing, okay, then you can agree with me that MCO, if you see this video, Alhaji Musiliu MC, you are a coward. Ole nie baba ole ohun nie. MC, you are a coward. You know why? If we take out violence, I'm talking about violence that you can get away with. That is the state protection that you get. MC, you are nothing. Like, let's be real. It's absolute nothing. And just because it's a thug, right? A thug with extortion money, right? From that, what do you call it? From the gutter, it came. And from that gutter, it will return. I mean, when the real, when the real law or when real law should ever exist. Somebody like him will either be like awaiting what do you call it? Awaiting a death man's news, somebody who has been convicted for murder, possibly in a decent society. So he came from Ira, he came from Error 4, he came from, you know what I mean? And as a thug, it doesn't matter how much money he has. The only thing that is actually going for him is that any crime he commits, he will get a clean slate. But there are some crimes that you should never let them go international. Just like this one. Now you've got the money, Abi. You have the money. You are scared, Abi. You are scared of what could be the backlashes. You now go and brought one, what do you call it? Elisha woman who has been in Oshodi, transacting and trading with Igbos. God knows for donkey years. She can speak Igbo very well. Now she's the Yashukudi. Ole. You should have stood with by it and said, yes, I said it. It's your Lagos now. Tinubu is going to be your president now. So why are you afraid? Why are you, sorry, my people, as if to say you are actually like that? You are a common thug, MC. Trust me. Only a country like Nigeria actually fits you. And you know why people are scared of you, so to say? It's simply because Nigeria is a crime scene. You are a criminal, right? Operating a criminal enterprise, extortion business, right? Land grabbing, racketeering, and all of that. That's what you do, MC, and you and your gang. How do you achieve them? Violence, threats. How do you get away with them? Because the system protects you. If anybody says, Mayegun, that boy, they call Mayegun. What do you go do other than to commit a crime? What would you do other than the violence that you all know that is paying your bill? If they catch this Mayegun for Lagos, what would they do other than violence? Beat him, hurt him, scash him, and all of that. That's what you do. And guess what? You can only do that in Nigeria. You know why? Because the system allows people like you to operate. So it's a shame that despite all of that, MC Oluomo, you have to go and do a video so that they say, I apologize. No, I did not threaten anybody. Weary. Whatever happens in Lagos tomorrow, you will be held responsible. People have already put up the data. Just kill somebody. Let people die. Let people die. Or, do your thing. Every one of them. You go know, say this one is like, there's going to be a global hunt. Even for your drug leader. So I said I should put that forward. Because the era of the Igbos having to coward, having to apologize. Sorry, we didn't mean that. We will support you. Joe, please now. We are for you. I think that era is gone. No? They are like, no, we're not going to wait by and let you street urchins, let you criminals take your frustration on us because of elections. If you come for us, we'll actually wait for you. So yeah, nobody has monopoly of madness. And I actually support this message. If they come for you, wait for them. Go for them. They will run. Here, the Igbos in Lagos, they have a press statement concerning this.
The recent happenings in Lagos since the political activity leading up to the elections came to a crescendo have been alarming to us who are referred to as non-indigens, especially those of us that are of the Igbo stock. Our kith and kin have been singled out and targeted for verbal abuses, intimidation, virulent propaganda, deliberate representation to Lagosians as everything evil, ferocious violent attacks, deliberate destruction of our means of livelihood, arson, and murder. The social and frontline media are awash with stories of attacks on Igbo and also with gory pictures and video clips of incidents. The government at all levels, federal, state, and local, have been made fully aware. They have chosen to do nothing. We have not found any protection from the state or any of its agencies. They have rather looked the other way while these atrocities happened, and to our mind with acquiescence or silent approval. Some of our royal fathers at the grassroots level, the Bales, have been recorded to have invited Igbo people domiciled in their communities to meetings and threatened them with the destruction of their lives and their means of livelihood should they fail to vote for the APC in Lagos State. They have boldly used video clips circulated on social media handles to issue death threats to Igbos if they dare vote for any party that is not APC. Igbos are commanded to vote for only the APC in all elections, take pictures of their ballots as they cast them, and preserve those pictures as evidence that they voted for the APC as a condition that they will guarantee their continued peaceful existence in the communities post-election period. These threats have gone viral on social media, the corporate faces are shown on video clips, and the government keeps mute. A few markets built and operated by traders of Igbo descent have been set on fire in Lagos, the latest being the motor spare parts market in the slums of Ejegunle, where at least one person was murdered. A similar event took place in the Solo Ikotun area of Lagos, where the selective destruction of shops and merchandise owned by Igbo traders was said to have been supervised by the very respected royal father of the community, the Bale. These two incidents are in the public domain, and we have heard of no action from the government. We are aware that all these steps are being taken by the Lagos State APC to suppress the votes of any competing party in the elections. They erroneously believe that Igbos will not vote for the APC. We do not want to convince them otherwise, but we like to state one fact. His Excellency, Alhaji Lateef Jakonde, of blessed memory, said, and we quote, "Any party that has been in government for one term of 4 years does not need to campaign for votes. The visible work it has done for the people should constitute the bulk of his campaign. Why then would a party that has been in government and in power for 24 years rely solely on intimidation, thuggery, murder, and all sorts of criminality to win an election, and in that same vein single out the Igbo for victimization and direct such to a particular ethnic group, the Igbo?" We wish to state for the uptime time, the Igbo ethnic group is not a political party. It is not contesting this election. It has never contested any election in the past. It will never contest any election in the future as an ethnic group. The Igbo as a distinct ethnic group has no preferred candidate in the governorship election in Lagos State. Igbo people are members of numerous political parties, including the APC, on their individual choices, and are supporting their party's candidates. No Igbo man is contesting election for the office of governor. We have no dog in this fight. We should not be made the victim. Igbos, the politicians of the APC should desist from pitching Yorubas against Igbos with vicious falsehoods dished out from their propaganda machinery just so that the APC can win the gubernatorial election. After they win this election, what next? The seed of distrust, mutual suspicion, and hatred must have been sown. How does it get taken care of? How does society move on from there? We believe that Lagos State APC can win this election and any other election without shedding Igbo or any other blood. The party surely has other legitimate means to win its election in a fair competition in accordance with the law. Sometimes we wonder if the APC realizes that they have a very significant Igbo population with them as members and followers in this same Lagos State. Igbos are Nigerians. The law of the land permits the Igbo man to live in any part of the country he chooses and pursue a legitimate livelihood. The law of the land guarantees him freedom of association, freedom to belong to any political party or none at all, and freedom to vote for any party of his choice. We reject in totality the attempt of the APC in Lagos State to deny the Igbos these rights. We consider that all that has happened in the past few weeks are likely to happen going forward. We consider all that has happened in the past 2 weeks and are likely to happen going forward a blatant violation of the constitutional rights of the Igbo-speaking people living in Lagos. Their rights to life, their rights to lawful association, their rights to vote, their rights to self-identity, their rights to engage in lawful economic activities, and their rights to hold opinions and express them. We wish to remind the governor of Lagos State that Igbos living in Lagos are his subjects. He has the duty as the Chief Security Officer of Lagos State to provide them security for their lives and their livelihood. We call on him to step up to this responsibility. Finally, we call on all Igbos living in Lagos State and who are registered to vote in Lagos not to be intimidated by the threats of violence against them, as watertight arrangements have been concluded at the very high levels to secure voters during and after elections. Just come out and perform your civic duty. It is your right. Thank you, gentlemen.
I mean, it was very clear, wasn't it? Somebody said that, okay, I noticed that two things while we were listening to that gentleman, that elder there, right? One was somebody saying, brother, thread carefully. And I bet you are saying that to me because of what I said about MC Oluomo. Alolori buruku lo poju no yin. You don't know. Olori buruku lo poju no yin. Majority of you who actually defend them, you actually support what they are doing. The extortion, the criminality, you do, Abi. Therefore, MC Oluomo has become so powerful that Mayegun has to be, Mayegun brother, you need to be very careful. Nikure. You have no idea sometimes what it means, what is called a politically exposed person. MC Oluomo already put himself on the platter. Sure, you get. The ideal thing is what? Is to push him more and push him more and push him more. So if a threat of I have to thread carefully is a subtle way of saying, Mayegun, we can deal with you too. I want for dying, not even call you Tifnumbu. I'm so sorry that the slave mind that they have dipped many of you into, which some of you actually took willingly. I'm so sorry that it doesn't really work on everybody. There are some of us that can track MC Oluomo. With the moment he wants to leave Nigeria, put up a petition against him and get him arrested outside Nigeria. There are some of us that can do that. Do you know that? So if there's anybody that some of you should be advising right now, it should be MC Oluomo, the coward. Advise him. So you don't know. There are some of us who can track, even your president, we can track the movement of your president, track the movement of your politicians, especially if you are really have interest in them. And let them kill people tomorrow. Petition can rise up and then MC Oluomo's name will be put there. And then you will see who should be careful. Once they turn you to that slave, it doesn't matter how old you are. You become let me advise you. Hey, brother, you don't understand. But you see what that man said? The second one, Sanwoolu said, Mayegun is like you are now becoming anti-Yoruba. Alolori buruku niye. Sometimes I do wonder, Iboloti war in Jadi, where did they bring you out from? You are on Mayegun's diary political. And then your easy line is to now put APC and Yoruba interest side by side. Nikure. To re-election. So, because of election, Mayegun talking about Tifnumbu APC, Egbekegbe is anti-Yoruba, Ogun lo ma pa gbogbo yin danu. Leyo koko Ogun le ma pa yin. But Nigeria apada pa yin danu na ni. I have told you, you won't see, you were blackmailing people, calling them Omoale. You are also gaslighting people, the Igbo people. Yeah? Why? Because you bunch of cowards. You can't tell yourselves the truth. The Yorubas hold the highest population in Lagos as we speak. Yet, You are still fixated on the Igbos. You are calling those Yorubas Omo Ale. Enya Shire. Those Omo Ale. They are not saying that I am a proud Omo Ale. The only thing that is left for you in Lagos tomorrow is rigging. Ogungbo. That's the only thing that is left. Any other thing, blackmail, Shinedu, the rest of that, you know what I mean? Even Togri, rigging, that's what is left. Rigging. If that should fail tomorrow, if those obedient should come out en masse tomorrow, majority of them are Yorubas. Your blackmail don't work on anybody. You bunch of jobless, lazy, ethnic bigots. Honorable, stash clothes. One Agbero from one pack. Honorable, do you know who I am? Who are you? A thug, glorified thug. You tell people, you warn people, you threaten people. That's what you do. Hey, watch your mouth. I remember when they used to tell me, I think that was like years ago. Mayegun, think about your future. One day you will want to become something in Nigeria and everybody will begin to use all these things against you. Mayegun, don't you have ambition in the future? Sir, Olori Buruku niyin. Nobody waiting and turn you to be that. Political ambition. Any small thing. I'm an activist, then political ambition. So your future into the kite. And you're shiri 5 years ago or 7 years ago. So you are coming here now to blackmail me and say because I'm talking about APC and the damages they have done, including the threats they are making. You turn around and say, Mayegun, you are becoming anti-Yoruba. Fulani terrorists are terrorizing Yoruba land for years. Mayegun was here saying, what are you doing? Let's speak up. This is so wrong. Where is Tifnumbu? You are defending Bokwari. Suddenly, because of MC Oluomo, because of Sanwoolu, because of Tifnumbu, Mayegun is becoming anti-Yoruba. Nigeria. Tiran. Èpè ni mo ń fún ẹ àmì ni kó máa ṣe o tí bá ti ń fún yín lépè kẹ́ máa ṣàmì kó máa gbé tó àdúrà mi ni èpè tí ẹ ń mú yín gan láì ṣe pé fún èpè ń jà yín. You can rig your election. You can do any other thing to bring Sanwoolu in. You don't have to create ethnic division, calling your own fellow brothers Omo Ale. Because of what do you call it? Omo Onile Agberos, Apayans, bunch of extortionists, criminals. Hey, I need to tell me really explain there, but nevertheless, the guy said you could win your elections without all of this. Yeah, you can. You could do it. Go out there, rig it, write the result, do whatever you want to do, announce the winners, and then that's it. Why do you have to endanger people's lives? Why do you have to instigate or incite ethnic division? That's what you do. Then you turn around and say, hey, you this Mayegun, you are causing division. However, tomorrow is tomorrow. I've said it all. You will see what will happen tomorrow. Oju ema bo Mayegun oju temi. Yo te oju mi dada. I am only here to tell those that have already pressed your neck to the corner. Press the neck of your leaders to the corner. Jide turned to Usher. After turning to Usher, Jide turned to DJ. Jide, he turned to DJ inside the club. Jide turned to hairdresser, shoemaker, phone repairer. All within the last 20 days. The people that are pressing your neck, I just want to tell them to please manage their expectation. They are going to do the worst of the worst tomorrow. You are going to suppress them and push them and expose them, of course. Because now go do the shocker, not this way. We know what they want to do. But this is the 40-year-old young man, 40-year-old young man that is turning all these Agberos to lunatics everywhere. Then they run mad. Unfortunately, majority of them, they will not be able to go to Lagos to save Sanwoolu. They will only read about it and wish that the Tifnumbu dynasty, Tifnumbu political criminal empire is safe. And then they will abandon Yoruba, this Yoruba, that after that. They concern them with Yoruba. But Gbadebo Eko, Meet your next governor of Lagos State.
My dear Lagosians, as our campaigns come to an end, it is with the deepest sense of gratitude and humility that I address you today. First, to thank you with all of my heart for the love and support you have shown me over this election season. The outpouring of love, steadfastness, and fearless dedication to the task of rescuing our state and country from corruption, poor governance, and criminal godfatherism. You have been consistent, you have stood firm. I want to especially thank the obedient movement and all supporters of Labour Party. Never before in this country has a stronger message been sent to the corrupt establishment. We all sent a powerful message on February 25th, and winning Lagos was historic and unprecedented. You came out in powerful numbers and made it happen. They said we did not have a structure. You showed them what a structure and what the new structure is. The establishment, the godfathers, and the political acolytes have all heard you. They now know that when people rise up in unison to say enough is enough, their structure of thuggery, voter suppression, and rigging is not enough to stand against the will of a united people. In the words of Victor Hugo, no army on earth can stop an idea whose time has come. We must not let them divide us. We have shown them that 4 people tweeting in a room can build a powerful, resilient political movement, and now they are trying to divide us. We must not allow them to succeed. We thank the leader of this movement, His Excellency Peter Obi, for showing us that a new Nigeria is indeed possible, with determination, courage, and the will to actually bring love, good governance to the people. And I want to remind every doubter that the Labour Party, backed by the energies of our young people and people that mean well for the people of Lagos, defeated a 24-year-old structure of corruption, and we are going to do it again on Saturday. Our courage and confidence is backed by the hopes and dreams and our laser focus and determination to free Lagos from the shackles of those who would rather let us in our dear state suffer gross underdevelopment. Underdevelopment that's seen in every local government all across Lagos State, from the riverine communities to Lagos Central, to Lagos Island, to Lagos West, to Lagos East. As long as one person's pockets is stuffed with our taxpayers' money, which in turn they use to corrupt our electoral process and try and buy their way into power. And if we let them, they also corrupt our entire judicial process. So this is bigger than a war to redefine the pathway for Lagos. It's also a battle to redefine the pathway for Nigeria. We must create a hope that will burn for a new Lagos, a new Nigeria that is focused on the people. When our opponents realized that they could not match us in terms of competence or character, or even accountability or transparency, they avoided all the debates, over 5 debates. Then they unleashed the most cynical type of campaign. They sought to divide people that have been in harmony in Lagos State, which is our strength. Lagos State is center of excellence because of this harmony and welcoming nature of our people. But they tried to divide this through ethnicity and bigotry. Every Nigerian family, every family in Lagos has a child born across tribes. Intermarriage. Every Nigerian family has a child who grew up outside the country and as such will not speak the language fluently. Every Nigerian family has married outside their tribe. Does that invalidate the personhood of those children or grandchildren? Never. It is known that we go out of our way to welcome and confer Nigerianness on our sons and daughters of Nigerian origin, no matter where they are located. Lagos, since the turn of democracy, has been governed by a person who is not indigenous to Lagos. The first Fourth Republic governor of Lagos is married to an Ishekiri woman. His son is married to an Igbo woman just like me. I will never question the personhood of his grandchildren. Nobody in their right mind would. Yes, my personhood and fitness for office has been questioned solely for politics. Dirty politics. My name is Gbadebo Rhodes Vival, also known as GRV, a son of Lagos Island, from a family tree going back over 200 years, on whose family land the iconic City Hall is built. It is indeed the honor of my life to run for the office of Governor of Lagos, a state that I love deeply. I stand humbled by the love and support shown to me by citizens and residents of our Lagos. And this reminds me every day that wherever we come from, we are one. united by the indomitable spirit of Lagos, a spirit that perseveres despite all the 4 hours of traffic, despite the Agbero intimidation and harassment. We still move forward, and we created the biggest, 4th largest economy in West Africa and Africa as a whole. So I particularly want to thank our Hausa community, our Wori community, our riverine communities for the warm reception that they've accorded me. I want to assure them that with my government, every community will feel and know what it is to be seen, acknowledged, and provided for by the government. Our opponents know their plan to divide us has failed. They failed because that is not what Lagos is built on. They failed because they underestimated the resolve of our people who are heading to the polls to speak with one voice that enough is enough. To our Aboriginal Lagosians, I hear and assimilate the concerns you have over the hold on Lagos State. And to address such, I shall be submitting an executive bill to Lagos Parliament seeking to make it mandatory that 60% of all appointments into the State's Executive Council and into the Director's Cadre in the civil service, whilst being primarily based on merit, must give priority to persons of Aboriginal descent in Lagos State. I shall also cause the Attorney General to constitute a judicial commission of inquiry into all land acquisitions done by Lagos State in the past 24 years, principally with the intention of ensuring that justice and equity is brought to bear in the administration of land resources in Lagos State. The good people of Ekpe, where the Tinubu hegemony has grabbed ancestral lands with impunity and sold them as beneficial owners without due process or compensation being paid to the Aborigines, we have heard your cries and we are coming, and we are touched by your pains. To the Ogu people of Badagry, we do not believe you are any less Lagosian than the stranger that Lagos has nurtured for 24 years and under whose watch your lot has become progressively worse. To the various young and dynamic men and women whose innovative proposals to the Lagos State government have been stifled and usurped by friends and family of the APC hierarchy in Lagos State, stifling innovation, such practices will not be condoned under my government, and we shall look into addressing past cases of injustice. Our government will focus on pushing innovation and creating a government of the day and the future. The APC government of the last 24 years has primarily offered Lagos tokenism, fear and intimidation. Tokenism by doing token projects here and there to give the impression that they are doing something, which they do primarily as jobs for the boys at 4 times the real cost. They propagate fear and intimidation as currently you are getting rumors, Uru Festival, videos being put out intimidating voters. But if they have done their work, they will feel no need to harass or try to suppress votes. And this lie that they've made to the civil service that I will sack them is completely false. In fact, my plan is to ensure that we pay the civil servants a living wage so that we reduce the potential for any bribery and corruption in the system. In fact, we'll be hiring and increasing their salaries, and the same goes for the intimidation of market women and transport workers with Agberos and their efforts at intimidating Lagosians from exercising their voting choice. All these will stop with my government. We are aware of the plans of our opponents to disrupt the electoral process using thugs. We have also noted the declaration of Uru Festival in various parts of Lagos, a clear attempt to scare Lagosians away from coming out on election day in order to suppress votes. I also understand that many Lagosians are thinking about the situation and are worried about their personal security on election day. Let me use this opportunity to reassure you, my people. I and my team have spent the last week interfacing with leadership of the security community all across Lagos State. These meetings have additionally helped us as stakeholders to understand the election process and improve it with intelligence available and make that intelligence available to our security forces in order to help them do their part to ensure that we have a safe election day. We say it again emphatically, we will resist any form of intimidation or harassment on Saturday because our votes must count. Getting everybody safely to and from the polls is a responsibility that I take very seriously. And to anyone looking to disrupt the elections, which include voting and result collation, I urge you to have a rethink. A new government is coming to Lagos State, and we will not look away from established cases of electoral violence as has been done in the past. The liberation and rebirth of a new Lagos is now. It is time for our Lagos, and this birth comes on Saturday. Exciting days lie ahead, and all that's required of you is come out and do your part on Saturday to elect new leadership for our beloved state, and I'll surely do my part to ensure that those votes count.
Thank you, and God bless Lagos State, and God bless you as we create our Lagos. Thank you.
Badebo. Now, I can give you the summary of all is said and why they will do everything to stop him. If Sanwoolu loses the election and they are unable to suppress the voters, and at the same time, they are unable to put in their already rigged figures, you know what will happen in Lagos? Let me tell you. Number one, for the first time, you are going to know how much Lagos is really generating. But based on the available facts, you see that 2.5 billion naira that Lagos gives to, that Alpha Beta gives to Tifnumbu,